Welcome back to another video. We're going to take a look at take folders and managing multiple vocal takes in Logic Pro. I've got Ocean Eyes up here. This is a Billie Eilish tune, and we're going to take a look at how it was originally recorded. This is the original vocal here, and it's a composite vocal, meaning each one of these lines represents an edit mark. I've pulled all the effects off, so this is just the dry vocal as it was recorded. We can take a listen.
I've been watching you for some time.
So you get the idea. Now, this is actually multiple takes, as I said, and we can unpack that using this little tiny arrow up here, and it opens up and we can see all the different vocal takes. The highlight are the areas that were actually used in the composite take. So this one up at the top represents the composite take that we have kept, and these are all the other takes. So all this gray stuff is stuff that was recorded but never made it onto the record. And so the neat thing with Logic is if you record on top of audio that already exists, meaning if I record some vocals right here and then I don't do anything and I just hit record again on top of that, it's going to automatically create these take folders. To change the take, or to basically make a composite or a comp, which is what's up here, all we do is we enter the edit mode of the take folder with these little scissors right up here. And now we're in edit mode and we can select different areas to keep in the composite. So we can say I want this line and I want this line, and you can see we're changing the composite take. I'm just going to undo, go back to where we were. And so that's how we can create a composite up here. So this is one way of dealing with multiple vocal takes. You might also like to just have multiple vocal takes on different tracks, but that can be a little bit much because then you have a million tracks and you have to copy your plugins and everything over, and that can be a lot. So a lot of people like this composite take, but there is sort of an in-between. If we right-click on any track, we can go to Configure Track Header, and we can turn on something called Track Alternatives, which is a really cool way of dealing with multiple different takes. Maybe I don't want to just record on top of audio over and over and over again, but I want to record on a fresh track, but sort of in the same place as the existing track. And so that's what I've sort of simulated with this track here. So this is as if when Billie Eilish recorded her vocals, we did it on a fresh track every time. We record this one. We can see it sounds the same.
I've been watching you for some time.
But then instead of just recording the next take right on top of this, we come right over here and we open this up and we can create a new alternative directly on this track. It's like a track within a track. And you can see I've put all of the extra takes on different alternatives, which we can cycle through here.
I've been watching you. I've been watching you for
And we can
some
even
time.
go to show inactive, and it will open up almost like a take folder. And then we have the ability, let's see, if we go to the very last one, for example, and then we make a new one, this one is just blank. So that's the new track alternative up here. And then I can go to any one of these alternatives, and I can play them by turning them on,
I've been watching you.
turning this one on,
I've been
listening to this one.
I've been
And if
watching.
we like any of it, we can hit this up arrow and it moves it up there. Maybe if I like this, I can select that and press the up arrow and it moves that one up there. And so you can create comps in this way as well. So it's another way to deal with vocal comps. Track alternatives is a great little trick. You can also use track alternatives to maybe try different versions of like a guitar solo or just different versions of things without having to duplicate your track a bazillion times. You can create a track within a track, and it's a really, really nice little trick. If the client wants to hear a different version of something, you can do it like that. I mean, if you have a whole band, you're recording a whole band, you can make a new track alternative for every single track, and then every one of your takes is just stored in the same place, track within a track, easy to change around. So check out track alternatives. Again, right click on a track, you can go to configure track header, and you can turn on track alternatives. And it's a great little trick. You can also, when you're in this configure track header thing, you can click on this guy right here and you can say store as user defaults, which will make all of these settings that you've turned on or off for the track header the user default, which means if you load up something that for whatever reason maybe doesn't have things set up here the way you like it, you can just right click, configure track header. You don't have to go in here. You can just say apply user defaults and it will pull up all of your default header preferences right there. So yeah, track alternatives, a great way of dealing with multiple takes. You can also, of course, use the take folder system, which is right up here. Just a couple different ways of dealing with multiple takes. Give it a shot.